welcome to Project Ozone 3 Kappa mode. It's taken a little while, it's finally here. I've been waiting for this for a very long time. I'm trying to make the first episode quite quick, cut through. I already know what I want to do with the base and it's going to take a little time to do, so what I'll do is, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bunch of pebbles and make some cobblestone. I'm going to take all this down, and I'm actually going to drop down to Y10 and start building my base there. I've already kind of sorted out a base design, so my first thing is to start getting some of these early things so that I can start getting the materials that I need to build out the base. I don't know too much about what recipes have changed. I mean, I don't care so much. A lot of people like to look at the Philosopher's Stone. I don't care too much about that. We're a long way away from doing that. But from the early stuff that I want to use, it doesn't look like, anything's been changed. I'm gonna cut here, make a bunch of cobble, drop down, and then we'll come back when I'm ready to actually do some of the quests. Okay, so this is my first little platform, just a tiny little circle. Put some of the dirt down. I'll be growing a whole bunch of wood next. You can see here, this is how I got down, using the quark thing that there. As you can see, the cursor change means you can put a block underneath that, so I just did that to get all the way down where it's standing on Y10. So basically first quest, we'll complete that. Grab some wood, grab some cobble, do the water barrels, do the stencils, make the sieves, get the silk. So I'll do all that, and then I'll bring you back. One thing I would like to mention is apple saplings. I don't see many people do this. So the request requires you to have 8 apples, which can take a long time if you just use normal oak saplings. But if you get 3 apples and combine it with a sapling, you get an apple sapling. And then what you can do just like that. So I'll just grab a couple stacks of apples, maybe half a stack of apples, and then carry on. They're very good food, and once you get the hopping bonsai, you end up getting enough apples even from just the oak. So just to we've got the cobblestone furnace, we've got the wood. So then next will be silk and the tinker's tools, and then the water barrel. So yep, okay, I'll bring you back once I've done all that stuff. Alright, so made the wooden crucible, got my infinite water, made a wooden barrel, got some clay, made the sieve, upgraded to the flint stiffen mesh, done some sieving, made some iron, smelted some of the clay to make some bricks. Now let's see. Hopper, bonsai pot. Let's go back. So we got the water to clay. Just made the bonsai pot. Did the silk as well. That's really easy. Sieving, upgraded to flint. And now we have the hopping bonsai pot. And let's grab one of these. So our next bit of, well, really our first bit of automation. There we go. We need the flint because we'll start making more of that. Eventually we'll have an infinite water supply or a sink or something. I can probably make a sink real quick and then we can get rid of this. Well, not real quick, but yeah. So what are we up to now? So we've got the crucible to get lava generation, so we can do Cobblegen, and then we get into the tinker's stuff. I want to upgrade some of the meshes and do some of that. I want to get into the carrots and yeah, hopefully get some barrels set up. I think that's it for now. I think, yeah, Epsilon, get the crushing table, have a look at some of this Magnetocraft stuff. But yeah, the main thing is to get the Cobblegen going, get sand, get dust, get gravel, get all that stuff, because my base is going to be made from concrete. So we want grey concrete, which is grey concrete powder, which is grey dye with sand and gravel, so it's not too hard. And then as you can see here, you use a barrel with water and you put the concrete powder in and it turns it into concrete. Now the reason you need to do that is because concrete powder is affected by gravity, so if you put it down and there's nothing underneath it, it'll drop. So in order to make a base out of it, you need to make the actual concrete. So I will be making white concrete and grey concrete, and I also need some skystone. I'll be using skystone slabs and some quartz slabs. So yeah, that's going to take a bit of effort to get those materials, but that's the next thing to do. Also, now that I can make pickaxes and stuff, I'll actually be going up and removing this. As you can see, there's an enderman up there, there's a bat. Because I'm far enough away, it actually spawns enemies, and I believe where we spawn in the void world isn't actual spawn, so we're not protected by the usual chunk radius for having no enemy spawn. So yeah, reminds me to make some torches and stuff, but as you can see now, we've got wood coming in. We can make some charcoal. We can get all that going real easily now. So yeah, don't need this anymore. Yeah, so getting gravel, getting the Cobblegen, and also I will be setting up a mob farm. I just realized that half of this is in a slime chunk. That is probably going to get a bit annoying. We'll see. I believe they have peace candles. Can we actually craft these? No. Villager churches. So I can get those from, I don't know if the hunting dimension, but we can get that from Lost Cities and from the mining dimension. The mining dimension is really far off, but Lost Cities isn't a crazy distance off. We just need to go to the Nether first. And I'm kind of planning on going to the Nether in the end quite quickly. There's lots of resources there, especially Lost Cities. There's lots of resources, so it'd be nice to go there when that actually counts, and so that we can do some exploration. Because yeah, while I want to make it look like I know what I'm doing, I'm certainly not trying to rush through the pack. I know a lot of people will basically go straight to row and go, okay, ME controller or ME drive, what do I need to do to get those things? That's not me. I'm not in a hurry to get to AE2. In fact, I would like to have a base without it as long as possible, just for the achievement of it, to show that you don't need AE2 to play modded Minecraft, even though that's what a lot of people seem to think. Yeah, so I'm going to cut away here again. There'll be a bunch of sifting and a bunch of progress, and we'll come back when I've got some Cobblegen. Alright, this will be one last time before I wrap up the first episode. It's getting fairly late, and I want to stop and go get some rest and come back to this tomorrow, but I don't think I've done too badly. So Tinker's blocks, pretty easy, getting all the tool station and stuff. Made all the porcelain and things. That's just clay with bone meal. I still need to make another tank because the porcelain tank is used to make the melter. I'll be doing that, and then grout and getting the Tinker's smeltery up and running will be fairly trivial, but I don't super need it right now, so it's not one of my priorities. I just, while all this other stuff was going on, the first bucket of lava takes a really long time because you're doing it on a torch. Actually the second will as well, because I didn't I forgot to set up the the crucible with the lava underneath it to make another bucket of lava, but oh well, that's it is what it is. It's not too bad. I think actually I can make a blaze. Maybe not right now. Yeah, we can get that's fuel. There, crucible. Yeah, so that's 30 times faster than the torch, and we should be able to get that from sieving dust on iron. Yeah, so I'm on flint, stiff, and mesh at the moment. So once I upgrade to iron, I'll be able to get the blaze powder and set up the crucible with that a lot safer than having lava. So I have actually set everything up for making the Cobblegen too. So I got my first bucket of lava, got a bucket of clay, easy enough. We don't get the lava bucket back, that's the downside of using the clay buckets, but now we have yeah, a bit of lag. I need to change the settings on my Java and see if it works a bit better. So now getting cobblestone, that's all good. Yeah, definitely want to get this sorted. That's another thing, I need zinc, and I haven't got zinc from sifting yet, but I know I can. I need zinc for the crushing tables so that we can make iron plates, so that we can actually get iron bucket. But it's not too far away, and that's another thing I will be working towards. Also, we will not be using this cobblestone generator that much. What I will be using is the nuclear craft ones, because the second tier nuclear craft cobblestone produces a lot more cobblestone than these ones do. So that's one cobblestone every 20 ticks for the tier 2, and the tier 1 cobblestone generator for nuclear craft is already twice as fast as that. So the tier 5 cobblestone generator here, one cobblestone block every tick, which is just better than the tier 2. So making this tier 2 one, which isn't too hard, just requires setting up a lot of lava and water. The basic plating's really easy because graphite is smelting the coal. So smelt the coal, then pulverize it, and then lead's really easy too, so the basic plating isn't hard. Tin is obviously not hard, it's just having the lava and water buckets, because we need to make 8 of these to make one of these ones. But then once we've got this is basically just as good as the top tier Cobblegen from Tiny Progressions, and that will give us a lot of cobble for making all the sand and gravel that we need until we have all the seeds. Yeah, so that's where we're at. Got the crucible, got the Cobblegen. Yeah, basically setting that up. I'm doing some sifting. I need to create some hammers and some mechanical users and do a automatic cobble to gravel to sand to dust setup, which won't take too much. I'll probably do a really rudimentary basic one, just to start with. I know exactly how it's all going to look in the end, but it takes a bit of like transfer nodes and stuff, things that I don't want to force myself to get into right now. I just want to focus on getting some of this concrete going, because as soon as possible I want to replace this cobblestone floor with the concrete and start building out, because this center circle is basically like the central hub, and then all the platforms reach out from here. And yeah, the first couple will be the mob farm, the Cobblegen with the gravel, sand and dust, and then the auto sifting, and then a bunch of other stuff, like I'll put the bonsai pot there, and doing the concrete gen, and then netherrack and endstone gen through the barrels and stuff like that. Maybe have the witch water set up in there, just all the like real basic starting things you have with the barrels and things. Making dirt with the saplings and stuff should be fairly easy to do. And then embers. So there's two reasons why I started this low down. One is because I didn't want to have a random platform at the bottom where we set up an ember bore. And two is that mob farms down here are way more efficient than up there. You'll see as soon as I make one, but it's how you think mobs spawning should be in a void world. As soon as you move away far enough, you get your mob farm full, so it's really quick for farming. So we'll be doing that to do some manual farming, and then quickly moving on to automatic loot bag opening and all that. So that's what I expect to get done next episode, and have a whole bunch of stuff set up ready to start setting up the automatic sifting, which then lets us get into magnetocraft and embers and not have to worry about resources. Cool. I'll leave it there. I'll see you all in the next one.